皆さんこんにちは、Ali です。Hi everyone, my name is Ali. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my goals for 2025. It's a video that is requested on my channel every single year, so I hope that you guys will enjoy today's video. And we've got quite a few things to talk about today, so without further ado, let's get started, guys. So as you saw in the title and on the thumbnail of today's video, I'm actually going to share more than only my language learning goals today, because I also have academic goals for this year as well as reading goals for 2025. We're going to start with my language study goals though, because I know that this is what you guys are most interested about. And I'm going to be dividing this into my Japanese, Chinese, and Russian study goals. By the way, guys, sorry about the lighting today. I mean, I did my best, but it is winter and today in Fukuoka it's meant to snow, in fact, so there is absolutely no light outside. So I've got my supplemental light right here, so I hope it creates sort of a natural light environment, but the background is still not very well lit, so sorry about that. Alright, so guys, actually for this year I have written down my goals in a bit of a different way, and I want to say in an optimized way compared to last year, and I hope that this will also make sense to you. So you will see that I have, first of all, a challenge goal for each of my languages, and then I have a combination of objective that I want to focus on during the year, and then implementation tasks for each objective. Those implementation tasks then have a metric that I assign to them, and you will see what I mean in a minute. For Japanese, for 2025, my challenge goal will be to finish all of the N1 resources I currently own. I still own 5 of them, and even though I passed the JLPT N1 in 2023, I still want to finish up the resources that I own. I honestly meant to do that last year in 2024, but I couldn't bring myself to open any N1 related resources for the life of me. I think I used too many up until 2023. I think I definitely overdosed on N1 level resources, but to be honest with you, I still think I can get some benefit from going through those resources. So this is also the reason why I didn't discard them and I still got them in my home library. So in 2025, I'm just going to finish those up, review them for you guys, and I'm going to call it a day on N1 related resources finally. Then I've got 4 study objectives and 5 implementation tasks. First objective is going to be to improve my written Japanese, and the implementation task here is going to be to write at least 14 long essays, and preferably academic essays. And 14 I think is a good number for me to stay regular, because it means that I will need to focus on my essays, you know, one at a time, at least once per week, and just write them gradually. Second objective is going to be to improve my kanji skills and hopefully improve up to the Kanji Kente exam level 5. This was also a goal of mine last year, but this was a bonus goal and I didn't get around to doing anything about it last year, so this year is going to be the year finally. Third objective is going to be to improve my oral skills in Japanese, and for that I will get at least 8 online lessons with a tutor who will help me improve my formal Japanese and presentation skills in Japanese. This is specifically what I want to improve. And then finally, the last objective for Japanese study is going to be to improve my reading skills in Japanese. And for that, I have 2 implementation tasks. The first one will be to read at least 14 non-fiction/academic books. And then I will also want to read at least 14 literature works, which makes it a total of 28 books read in Japanese, at least. Alright, now moving on to my Chinese study goals. My challenge goal for the year 2025 will be to do listening immersion at least 3 times a week. And then I have 4 study objectives and 4 implementation tasks to go with that. My first objective is going to be to improve my overall level, and the implementation task there is going to be to reach HSK 4 level within 2025. Definitely a challenge too, and hopefully I'm going to reach HSK 3 level first quite fast this year, and then I'll move on to, start studying for an HSK 4 level right after that. My second objective is going to be to improve my speaking skills, which are pretty much non-existent at the moment. And for that, I'm going to get at least 26 lessons during the year, which is a lesson every 2 weeks. I'm going to be taking those lessons online on the Cafe Talk platform with the tutor that I met last year. I'm just going to be continuing those lessons with her. My third study objective is going to be to improve my reading skills in Chinese, and I aim to read at least 4 books in Chinese this year. And finally, I want to start working on my writing skills, and for that I want to write 6 simple essays, really very, very simple, just a collection of 6 simple essays with only a few paragraphs, and hopefully I get them corrected by my tutor as well, so that she may give me feedback as well. And now finally moving on to my Russian study goals. This is optional because in 2025 I don't know whether I'll be able to resume my studies. Even though I really want to, it's not up to me per se, because it will be up to a few different things happening or not during the year. So we'll see whether I've got space to restart my Russian studying in 2025. If I do, my challenge goal will be to get at least 1 online lesson with a tutor for Russian. And then I've got 4 objectives. First one will be to improve my overall level in Russian, and to do that I want to finish the 2 resources that I currently own. Then I will want to maintain my Cyrillic level, and to do that I will practice handwriting at least 6 times during the year. Do 6 big sessions of handwriting practice. And then my third objective would be to improve my listening skills in Russian, and to do that I want to watch at least 12 video content, probably from the Easy Russian channel because I love their videos. And finally, I will want to start working on my reading skills in Russian and read at least 1 book in Russian. So that was it for my language study goals. Now let's move on to my academic goals. For my academic goals, is very simple. I've got 4 different topics that I want to focus on this year. So I've got linguistics, intercultural studies, academic research, and politics. And for those 4 topics, I've got a collection of courses that I want to go through. So I've got 6 courses that I want to go through for linguistics, 6 courses for intercultural studies, and then 1 course for academic research, and then 1 other course for politics. This may increase or decrease depending on the courses that I go through, the time I've got, and whether or not I can actually get into a full program, either physically here in Japan or long distance internationally. We will see what happens, and I've got no way of knowing right now, today on January 9th, whether or not that will be possible during the year. So that will completely depend. The completion of those objectives will completely depend on what actually happens in my academic life. Those courses will give me the structure I need for my self-studying. And then finally, to wrap up today's video, I'm going to share with you what my reading goals are. So those reading goals, even though they also include Japanese books, they're, in my head at least, separate from my language study goals. Really, those reading goals are meant for me to have an objective, a sort of direction in my reading year. I really wanted to focus on what was most important to me. So I've got 2 objectives and 2 implementation tasks. The first objective is going to be to reintroduce English books in my reading habit, because I haven't read more than like 2 to 3 books perhaps since maybe 2022. So it's been a while. I really want to reintroduce English books now, and this is because now that I'm able to read much faster in Japanese, I really don't need to focus that much on Japanese books anymore. So I have the space to reintroduce English books. This is like not objective at all. This is entirely subjective. Like this is me thinking that now finally I've got space. So to do that, I want to read at least 15 books in English this year. And I haven't written this down, but in fact, now that I think about it, I will want to focus on fiction in English and, if possible, literature works that I've been meaning to read for ages. I really want to get around to reading those in 2025. And then the second objective I have is to finish my Japanese TBR, and I'm gonna focus on reading all of the books that I currently own in my home library or on my Kindle and which are unread still. And to be honest with you, I haven't gotten around to counting all of these, but I'm pretty sure the number is above 50, so it gives you a good indication of, you know, how much I've got to read. So I really need to focus on those this year. And actually, guys, that's it for my goals for this year. I'm not going to drag this on for too long. I hope you are excited to see me implement those goals this year. You're gonna obviously follow me along this year too, because I'm going to be filming loads of study vlogs this year as well. I have already started, you know, implementing those. I've read a lot so far. We're only the 9th, but I've already read 7 books this year, some of them in English, so I've started implementing this goal as well. As usual, you guys, I'm waiting to read your comments in which you guys tell me what your goals are for the year. Let's use this video, today's video, as a sort of checkpoint on YouTube on my channel so that you guys can write down your goals for the year and then, if necessary, go back to your comments under this video later during the year to see how you're doing with your goals. I will also do the same, and if I want to revise my goals during the year, I will also leave a pinned comment below that I will revise maybe once or twice this year. A one-place checkpoint for all of us to track down our goals. Alright guys, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as for me, I will see you in the next one. それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。バイバイ。またね。'Cause tonight I'm gonna take you out and live the dream.